Sup, it's your boy Big Reg, bringing you a long-awaited recap, number 2 of the Michigan Wolverines 2019/2020 men's basketball season. A recap that's going to cover the games against Rutgers, OSU, and MSU. So let's kick things off with a recap of the game against Rutgers.
Ugh.
In the sports, what do they call it? The basketball mecca? The home of the worst run franchise in professional sports. The home of the team that I used to root for, but I am now boycotting until the former coke fiend, degenerate, worst owner in the history of professional sports, aka James Dolan, sells that damn team. Free the Knicks! Hashtag free the Knicks!
What is going on with that hair?
This is a tribute to my man, Isaiah Livers. I went down to New Age Salon. I said, hey, June. I said, oh, how are you doing? She said, you want to get the normal, right? I said, no, not this week, June. Give me the Isaiah Livers. And this is the wonderful perm that she gave me. Look at this, the magical curls coming down the sides. So it's a tribute to Isaiah Livers and his amazing return back to the starting lineup. I raise my glass and I debut my new hairdo for the rest of the season. But getting back to the matchup against Rutgers in the house that Patrick Ewing built. I shouldn't say Patrick Ewing built, but Patrick Ewing, Charles Oakley, John Starks, Anthony Mason your face. Oh, so many Knick greats. It pains my heart to know that the Knicks suck so bad. But again, let me get off that topic because that hurts me too much. It hurts me too much.
This is about Michigan Wolverines.
I'm not going to lie to you, kids. I was a little worried going into this matchup. A matchup against Rutgers. A team that I have openly mocked, whose fan base I have openly mocked, whose administration I have openly mocked repeatedly for their ineptitude, for their indifference, to their history of failure. But then when I looked at the Big Ten standings, we were 3 games behind. And I was like, what is going on? Is this the end of the world? Is this the end times? Is Jesus coming back already?
And they were ranked.
Oh, a matchup against ranked Rutgers versus unranked Michigan. And I'm not going to lie, I was afraid in my heart of hearts. I cannot lie. I said, if we lose, I will never hear the end of it.
Never.
From a particular Jujube down in VA. So I prayed that night. I fasted. I tore the sackcloth and I was like, oh, please, Lord, don't let us lose. Not in the garden. Not this way. Please, Lord. And wouldn't you know? My prayers were answered, my friends. My prayers were answered. And the Michigan Wolverines walked out of MSG victorious over the Rutgers Scarlet Knights.
Shout out to JC Sunnyside.
JC from Sunnyside was one of the many Wolverines in attendance that night. Oh, and he was openly mocking the Rutgers fans. He said that they were acting like this was the Super Bowl or something, which was a strange analogy to make because it was a basketball game. But whatever, we get the sentiment. So we raise our glass to the Michigan Wolverines pulling out. I shouldn't even say pulling out, but walking out, striding out, mightily beating the Rutgers Scarlet Knights yet again in the game of basketball. This time in my hometown of New York City, in the Mecca of basketball, MSG.
Go Blue.
Oh, Blue indeed. Moving on. Oh, the next thing that we're going to recap was...
It's a dramatic shift.
It was. Because it was another game against OSU.
Oh, sucks.
I'm not going to lie. Unlike the Rutgers game, I was feeling really good about our chances to beat OSU.
Pretty confident.
I was feeling really good. And for most of the game, I was feeling, I was like, we're going to win this. Even when they it was a touch and go, close the whole way. what are the names? The Wesson boys.
Wesson boys.
The Wesson boys were playing like, they were putting on a performance. But even then, I was like, you know what? I believe that the Michigan Wolverines will pull out the victory in the end. And then when Xavier Simpson drove the lane and drew the foul, I was like, yes.
It's over.
I was like, we're going to pull this game out, and we're going to go home with a much-needed W, a key W, in order for us to move up the Big Ten standings and move up into the safe zone of getting a bid for the NCAA Big Dance Tournament.
Yes, sir.
I was feeling good, but then all of a sudden the refs were like, they're going to the monitors. I was like, whoa, why are they going to the monitors? And then the OSU man came out with a ripped jersey. I was like, what's going on? Is this Hulk Hogan coming down the pike? What is this nonsense? And then what did you know? Xavier Simpson got called for a flagrant foul. And I was like, what? What? How did he get called for a flagrant foul when he just got fouled? I could not believe the turn of events.
Wow.
And then what did you know? Michigan loses again to
Oh, sucks.
I'm not gonna lie to you, friends. The only way I could describe my emotions is to compare it to like Florida Evans from Good Times. Remember Good Times, the show Good Times?
Yeah.
And remember when James Evans, her beloved husband, the beloved father of her children, passed away. And then Florida Evans, during the week, the whole time that episode, I remember watching, she stayed strong during the whole episode, and she was comforting others, and she was, hosting people in her home who came to grieve and mourn over the passing of her beloved husband, James Evans, and the father of their children. And I was like, oh my goodness, Florida Evans, she stayed so strong. But then at the end, she dropped the plane and it broke, and she went, damn! And then all the frustration, pain, and sorrow came rushing out of her in that instant. And that's how I felt. That's how I felt when that OSU game ended. I was left with no other thing to say but damn.
Wow. That's pretty severe.
I hate losing to OSU.
They suck.
Anyway, moving on. Moving on. I don't want to dwell on that. I don't want to dwell.
Why? What's next? What happened next?
Oh, and then the weekend came. Saturday. A big matchup. Michigan versus Michigan State. Oh, and the game we had lost 4 in a row, right?
Yes.
4 games in a row we had lost to Michigan State. No, it was more than that because we getting bounced around last year. Well, anyway, you know what?
No, we
Four in a row.
It was 4 in a row.
It was 4 in a row. 2 games last year and then in the tournament and then 1 game this year.
Yeah.
4 in a row. And each of those games, Cassius Winston, that young man he was the dominant performer. There's nothing we can say.
Balling out.
I mean, yeah, he was just, you can't do nothing sometimes but just put your hands up and say, you know what? He good. So I went into Saturday with my spirits low. My spirits were low. I said, we just came off a tough loss to OSU. Our NCAA tournament chances are in doubt yet again. And here comes Michigan State. Oh, with Cassius Winston. Oh, it played so marvelously against us. But then, as the game went on, that first half, it was an ugly first half, wasn't it? Wasn't it an ugly first half?
It was not productive.
Oh my gosh. Each team was struggling to put on any kind of offensive show. You know what I mean? But then, second half, going back and forth, and then Michigan built up a lead, and then Michigan State struggling, and then Michigan built up a lead. Oh my goodness gracious. But you know who was the difference maker?
Who?
My man himself. Isaiah Livers. Oh, Isaiah Livers. Isaiah Livers came back from an injury. And they say he's on a minutes restriction. And I said, oh, what does that mean? Does that mean he's still not right? But during that game, he showed some grit. He showed so much grit, so much passion, so much heart. And most of all, so much accurate outside shooting. Oh, thank goodness for Isaiah Livers. So I raise my glass to Isaiah Livers. Oh, and the shot in the arm that he provided that we so desperately needed to get this season kick-started yet again so we can make a push to March Madness.
Yes, sir.
Isaiah, we raise this glass to you, my friend. Oh! But you know who else? Oh, in that first half was non-existent, but then came to life in the second half. None other than Big Sleepy. Oh, that big alley-oop dunk. Remember that?
Oh, goodness.
Remember that big old alley-oop dunk? When you watch it in real time, you're like, yes! But then when you watch it in slow motion, it was like the ball just barely got over the rim. I was like,
he barely got that.
One more inch, it would have been like that dunk I tried at the Magic, remember? When I went at the Magic, going, pow, and I hurt my shoulder. Oh, my goodness gracious. But Big Sleepy got up just enough to get that thing in and riled up the crowd in the second half and energized the Michigan faithful to pound the victory. And you know who else was my instrumental in getting that victory?
Oh.
None other than the senior point guard himself. The man who has been through a little bit of controversy. Okay? He has been through a little bit of controversy.
What happened with that?
Oh, you don't want to know. You don't want to know. But anyway, you know what? He showed up and he was hitting all them trees, okay? He was zigzagging all around hitting all them trees. You know what I'm saying?
Seemed to have recovered well from his accident.
What accident? I don't know nothing about that. I raised my glass to Xavier Simpson. Oh, he made life tough for Cassius Winston. Cassius Winston only shot something like 5 for, 18 or something like that?
Yes.
He still scored 20 points, but he had a tough time getting those numbers. And on the flip side, Xavier Simpson was hitting all them trees. You know what I'm saying? He was like back in the Bahamas. Okay? He was like back in the Bahamas on the Paradise Island tournament run. Hitting all them trees there, boy. Booyah! So I raise my glass to Xavier Simpson and the resilience he has shown, despite all the knickknacks and bruises that he has attained to this very, very bumpy season on the road and at home.
Light poles, too.
Hey, listen. If he's hitting light poles and hitting threes, I'm all for it.
You'll sacrifice the light pole for that?
Man, I raise my glass to hitting. As long as he's hitting something, you know what? Jumpers, running hookers, threes, everything, okay? As long as he's hitting stuff, I'm all for it. Oh, woo! And that, friends, ended a whirlwind of a stretch of the season.
Whirlwind of a week. Whew.
For the Michigan Wolverines basketball team. Whew, I am plumb tuckered out just from that recap. Anywho, one last little note that we would be remiss not to bring up, especially during rivalry week versus MSU, is the departure of the human douche himself, Mark D'Antoni.
Oh, wow, you're going to go there.
Hey, that big old sourpuss has decided to call it quits after he collected a $4 million stay-on bonus.
The day before
Yep,
signing day.
It was like he collects the $4 million, he quits, and then it's signing day. But you know what? Hey, more power to him. You know, he leaves MSU in a terrible lurch because they can't get any. There's no assistants that they could go after now.
Nope.
No coaches they could go after now.
Nope.
But hey, who cares? He didn't care, so why should we care?
Yeah.
So I raise my glass to him and the fine work he did in screwing MSU football worse than we ever could.
Wow.
And we show him the door and say, "Good night, sweetheart. It's time to go." Oh, but back to Michigan basketball. We are resurgent now that the month of February And, you know, I'm telling you, we're back on the upswing.
It's going to be a scurry of a month, though.
Oh, I'm telling you, there's a lot of big games coming up. Tough road games and home games. And we're going to end the season with a tough game at Maryland on the road. But I have confidence in Coach Howard and his staff and in this fine group of young men who continue to battle, who continue to fight, and who continue to try and learn and get better.
Happy birthday to Coach Howard, too.
Happy birthday to Big Nook, a.k.a. Coach Jawan Howard, head coach of the Michigan Wolverines basketball team. And many more to come. So with that, say happy birthday. And
Go Blue!
go Blue indeed.